we are going to discuss as a part and kind of continuation on the proper place on human rights in China, on enforced disappearances in China and vanishing vulnerable voices. I shall, and at the end, I shall present my own idea that I represent here, although several people here are members of this party. That is a very particular one, not being concurrent in any election. Give an applause to Madame. You have the floor.
First, I want to thank you, President, for your very kind introduction, and thank you, each and every one of you, for coming here to listen to the plight of the Uyghur people.
Ben bugün yo'qolib ketgan, yo'qolayotgan tarixdan beri o'sha Xitoy Kommunistik Partiyasi 1940 yilning besivag'indan tortib ta hozirgacha Uyg'ur xalqining beshiga yo'qolish bilan kelayotgan fojia haqida
I'd like to speak today on the enforced disappearance of the Uyghur people. Really began since Chinese Communist troops occupied our country in 1949 until this very day.
Bizning xalqimiz Xitoy hukumati besivag'indan tortib ta hozirgacha nurg'un tutqunlar, nurg'un o'ldirishlarga, nurg'un bostirishlarga, nurg'un ketishlarga duch kelayotgan bo'lsin, lekin bu bizning beshimizga kelgan fojia yaqin vaqtlardagi fojiaga yetmaydi. Bu fojia qachon boshlandi deganda, o'sha 9/11 voqeasi bo'lgandan keyin dunyo terrorizm harakati to'g'riliq butun dunyo o'sha terrorizm qarshi harakatga otlangandan keyin Uyg'ur xalqining beshiga shunchalik og'ir kunlar keldiki, Uyg'ur xalqi o'xshashlar bir terrorizmning qurboni bo'ldi.
And the arrest, torture, execution, and the massacre of Uyghur people carried out by the Chinese state had been ongoing since 1949 until now. But the worst came really after the terrorist attacks of September the 11th of 2001 against the United States. And then China used 9/11 to repackage its repression of the Uyghur people, labeling Uyghur people's legitimate demands as terrorism. So I also consider the Uyghur people as victims of 9/11.
Uyghur xalqi aşı Sharqi Turkiston degan zaminning egasi. Uyg'ur xalqi o'zining zaminida 64 yildan beri bir kun xotirjamlikka va tinchlikka erishadi.
Although Uyghurs are the indigenous population of East Turkestan, however, since 1949, the Uyghur people under the Communist Chinese rule have never enjoyed any kind of peace, prosperity, and freedom.
Dünyadaki her qanday millat oldiga qarab taraqqiy qilsa, Uyg'ur xalqi ibtidoiylikdan ig'ir oxirgi chekinishga duch keldi.
While peoples around the world have progressed tremendously in the past 6 decades, but the Uyghurs under Chinese rule regressed greatly.
Uyg'ur xalqi 64 yildan beri o'zining erkinligi, o'zining milliy kimligi, o'zining Xitoy hukumatining o'zi bergan haqiqiy qonuniy huquqlariga erishish uchun tinchlik bergan, tinchlik bilan elib borgan har qanday faoliyati bostirish bilan, tutqun qilish bilan, turmaga tashlash bilan javob berishdi.
The legitimate demands of the Uyghur people for their freedom, to preserve their unique national identity, and to demand that the Chinese authorities honor the so-called Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Regional status, as well as their freedoms and basic rights. The Chinese state responded with brute force.
Uyghur xalqi o'zining Xitoy hukumati o'zi ma'qullagan qonuniga erishmadi.
The Chinese government, in fact, violates both China's constitution and its regional ethnic autonomy laws in its treatment of the Uyghur people.
Dünya terörizm hareketinden keyin Xitay hükümetinin Uyghur halkının üstüden yürgülgen zulmü ve tutkun kılışı, Uyghur halkını kemsitişi ve Uyghur halkının tilini çekişi, Uyghur halkı kubul kılamaydıgan siyasetleri Uyghur halkını özünün erkinliği için meyde kirip çıkıştı mecbur kıldı.
After 9/11, the Chinese government, using the global war on terror as a cover, sped up its persecution of the Uyghur people. Therefore, the arrest, imprisonment, and execution, especially the enforced disappearance of Uyghurs, were greatly increased.
Bu 2009 yılı 7. ayının 5'inden keyin Uyghur halkının intayın ağır facialar beşir keldi.
Such trend continued even worse after the July 5th massacre of the Uyghur people by the Chinese security forces in 2009.
2009 yılı tinçlik bilen namayış kılgan Uyghur halkını Xitay hükümeti hiç qanday gap soraksız kural çıkarıp bastırıp iki taraftan Xitay halkı bilen Uyghur halkının uruşup jidal macera kılıp birbirini öldürüdüğün ahvalını keltirip çıkardı.
On July 5th, when thousands of peaceful Uyghurs took the streets to protest against the killing of the Uyghurs by Chinese mobs in Guangdong province, the Chinese security forces opened fire, killed both Uyghurs and the Chinese, which turned the day a very tragic day.
İki milletin birbirine ölüp gitişine Xitay hükümetinin siyaseti ve bastırışı sebepçi oldu.
Chinese government security forces and their decade-long repression policies have created the bloodshed on that very day.
Xitay hükümeti bu kıtım ölgen adamın sanı 190 bir saat özden haberinde aşnak verdi. Lekin ondan emas bizden anlaşımız qaraganda onun neçehesi yukarı ekanligini anladık. Tutkun qılgan adamlarning neçe minglab, neçe on minglab ekanligini.
Soon after the July 5th massacre, the Chinese government began to spin their version of the events. They stated that 197 people were killed. Majority of them were Han Chinese, few Uyghurs, some other people. But according to the local information from both Chinese and Uyghur sources, the people who were killed on that day, especially by Chinese security forces, were several times more than the number given by the Chinese state. And then the number of arrests are in tens of thousands.
Şu günü, namayış bolgan günü 10 minglarca sakçılar, bironiklar, kolida hiç qanday kural yok. Bir tinchlik bilan namoyish qilgan odamlarning orasiga xuddi ikki taraf urushyotgan urush holatidagidek tashlandi.
The Chinese government deployed all of its security forces, tens of thousands of Chinese troops, soldiers, anti-riot forces, using armored vehicles, not only running down the Uyghurs, but also did house-to-house search of all Uyghur houses.
Akşamdan başlap taң saat 3-4 çırakni bütün Ürümçinin içinde çırakni öchirib tashlab, kechichi avtomatning ovozi besikmay chiqib, gunohsiz xalqning ko'ch-ko'chiga namoyishchilarni so'lab, qirg'in qildi.
The Chinese security forces in the evening of July 5th and early mornings of July 6th turned off the lights of the Uyghur neighborhoods and began to fire upon the Uyghurs who were running into the neighborhoods and busting into Uyghur houses, arresting Uyghur males.
Tiananmen vaqasida yoshlarni qanday qirg'in bo'lsa, tanki bilan, qangi bilan Uyg'ur xalqini ashunday fojia bilan bostirdi.
The way the Chinese security forces handled the Uyghurs on that day is not any different than the Chinese security forces handled the peaceful Chinese students on June 4th at the Tiananmen Square, when Chinese military forces busted into the square using tanks and armored vehicles, massacred the best and brightest of Chinese students.
Lekin axborotni qamal qilganlik uchun Uyg'ur xalqining qanchalik o'ldirilganligini biz aniq sanni elib dunyoga ma'lum qilamiz. Qurol Xitoyning qo'lida, avtomat Xitoyning qo'lida, pul Xitoyning qo'lida, tashviqot Xitoyning qo'lida. Shunday bo'lganligi uchun bizning xalqimizning tashviqoti qamal ostida qoldi.
After the July 5th massacre, the Chinese government immediately shut down both internet and the telecommunications in order to hide what has truly happened and in order to spin their version of the events. And the Chinese government have all the army, all the weapons, all the media, all the money to do their kind of propaganda and spin their version of the stories.
10 ay axbaratın sırtını çıkıp ketmesi için kömüp öldürgen, tutup öldürgen, tweet tutup etken, yokap ketkenlerinin sani dünyada çıkıp ketmesi için 10 ay internetini bütünley takatlaştı. Dünyada bundan bir şey yok. Hatta Xitay halkı mı, Uygur halkı mı, hükümet mi internetten haber alamadı.
After the internet shutdown and information blockade initiated by the Chinese government, they were trying to prevent the real images and pictures of the protest and Chinese murder of Uyghurs to be on foreign websites. And as a result, they were also able to go after Uyghurs, house-to-house searches and sweeps in Uyghur neighborhoods, arresting tens of thousands of Uyghurs.
Bütün halkın inkası da, hatta biz aşağıda gözü bilen körgenlerin inkası da, ettiğinde seherde herbilerinin küçük kanlarını, kandak şukallarını biz gazet başkarla bakmakta.
Many Uyghurs we interviewed state that on the morning of July the 6th, the Chinese security forces and as Chinese workers were able to watch the streets of certain areas of neighborhoods of Urumqi, the blood stains on the walls, on the ground, on cement and everywhere, to make it look like as if not a big deal happened.
Hazır, anlaşımızda karga vaxtda biz məlumatı toluq alanlığa vatımız, neçə onluqla yaş Uygurlarının turmudu ikendigini alavatımız, şunundan tartıp Uygurlar, her günü günahsız studentlar, bulup mu yaş ballar, her günü tutkun kılavatı, her günü tutkun.
And after that, the Chinese government detained, rounded up, arrested thousands, tens of thousands of Uyghurs in military warehouses, in Chinese prisons, and began to try and execute them in a very speedy fashion.
Hazırlıca kuş 4 yıl içinde 36 adamını, her yılı 4'tün 5'tin açıkıp, 35'tin 20'din şunda yaş ballarını açıp sot kılıp, aldığı 4'tün 5'tin ballarına ölüm cezası hüküm kılıp, kalbini müddetli tamak cezası hüküm kılıvatıdır. Bu siyasi mahpuslarının özü ihtiyari adukat kubul kılış, adukat arkalık özünü aklaş, okuyor. Xitay hükümeti kıynaş arkalık, nemin ihra kıldıysa şunu ihra kılıp, olanı terörist diyen türbetiler ölüm cezası hüküm kılıvatıdır.
And so July 5th, the Chinese government at least sentenced 36 Uyghurs to death, and these are all young Uyghur males. And these Uyghurs had no right to hire lawyers. Usually it's a government-appointed lawyer that checks government positions, and without much due process, they will all have to sign forced confessions. Then the Chinese government used that as evidence of their crime, sentenced them to death, and many Uyghurs to life, and given a long sentence. These are mostly young Uyghurs and students.
Şunu da biz hazır şu vakadinki Human Rights Watch Uygurların yokap ketvetken Uygurlar hakkında 7. ayın başlayınki Uygurların üstüne düşken facia hakkında report ilan kıldı henüzler.
Soon after July 5th massacre, Human Rights Watch, one of the most prominent international watchdogs, issued an extensive report on the enforced disappearance of more than 40 Uyghurs by the Chinese security forces.
Yokap ketken Uygurlar bütünler yaşları ikendigini iniklap çıktı.
And the report stated all of these disappeared Uyghurs by the Chinese security forces were young Uyghur males.
Endi biz yakında özümüzden dünya Uygur politiğinin inikliğini de hazır 20 Uygur'unu yokap ketken Uygur'unu tattık. Bu fakat bizim inikliği alan sanımız. Çünkü akbarat kontrol kılındı. Hem biz uruktuk kalır mı? Balları yokap ketkenler mi? Özünün balısını yokap ketken diyenler tırmılı ilinudi diyen korkutuş, boğalık için ula aşkarlayamayız. Mınlıgan yani kançılıgan adamların yokabat kalıkını okumayız. Hazırcı bizim inikliğimiz 20
And the World Uyghur Congress also produced a report by doing extensive investigation on the enforced disappearance of the Uyghur people. The report which we have here, this is a report which is available on the desk if you would like to have a copy. Documents 23 cases of the Uyghur males, mostly males, disappeared after July 5th. There are still whereabouts are still unknown at the moment. Their family members were threatened by the Chinese state not to seek their whereabouts or to petition the government or especially speak to foreign media those who tried to speak to foreign media, they were locked up, they were beaten up by plainclothes Chinese security police. So that's where the situation is now.
Bundan başka, yani bir neçe ailenin balısını yokap ketkenligini biz yeni kıldık. O ailelerin bizge bergen inkası bizni aşkarlasanlar. Balımızdan yokap ketkenligini etse, ya yanı bir balımızda tutup gidiyordu, ya bizde tutup gidiyordu aşkarlamanlar diyen için onların tizimliğini bunun kirgizmedi.
Actually, the number of disappeared by the Chinese state that we have found out are more than 23, but we did not include some of the Uyghur names here. Because the family members told us, if you publish the names of our sons and the daughters who are disappeared by the Chinese state, then the Chinese state may come after us again. They're going to take our another son or daughter. So we are terrified of the Chinese state, and we are just happy we have another son who is still not in prison.
Biz hazır turnularda kıynap öldürüp, ballarını açık belki ata-analardan yeni kılsak, ular ballarımız öldü, kömbettik, biz unut başkısak, ailemiz boyunca kol gayet getirip cevap verdi.
And some Uyghurs we interviewed whose sons and daughters basically either tortured to death in prison or later died soon after they were released. Then they had to bury them. But they basically said they can't even give out the names because if they do that, the Chinese government will punish them severely on releasing the information.
2008 yılı 1. ayının 18. günü sot başlığı özü ilan kılanda 18 bin adamını keyinki 5 yıl içinde kol aldık siyasi mahpuslarını biz galiba kıldık dedi. Şarkı Türkistan'da aş biçare kuralsız, günahsız, aşında halkın içinde 18 bin bölgünki 18 bin terörist var mı?
And in January of 2008, the Chief Justice of the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Regional Government at the Judicial Conference, he proudly stated that in the past 5 years, the Xinjiang security authorities arrested and imprisoned more than 18,000 Uyghurs on endangering state security charges and also said on terror charges. So the number to us at the time, that was pre-Olympic number, also pre-massacre number. It was a shocking number, even for the Uyghur people.
And onundaki olimpikte neçiminler adamını kolga aldı. Onundaki 7. ayının 5 binki neçiminler adamını kolga aldı. And adamlarımız, yaş balılarımız, bolup mu yaş balılarımız yok hak gitmadı. Bu ballar nemi degen çıraylı, nemi degen süyümlük, sebi ballar nemi degen çıraylı kızlar. Ular kene, ularının azayı setil vatandı. Yaki turnularda öldürüp tirik kömürü vatandı. Xitay hükümetinin Uyghur halkının yok hak ketken ferzentlerine cevap verişini ve Xitay hükümetinin Uygurlarının tutkun kılgan ballarını koyup verişini. Vay, neymiş ki bunlar kılımız? Bir aciz, bir biçar milletini özümüz bilen yaşa bakın diyen sualını özümü koyuşunu unutturmak.
And the Chinese government initiated a life and a death struggle in East Turkestan and rounded up hundreds of thousands of Uyghurs right before and after Olympics, using Olympic security as an excuse. And I have just described what has happened on July 5th and thereafter, how the Chinese state were able to arrest and enforce disappear so many of the Uyghurs. We are not sure why the Chinese government is not giving an account of the total number of the arrested Uyghurs and especially the disappeared Uyghurs. We wonder if the Chinese state killed them either in secret or tortured them to death or just sell their organs just for money.
And Uyghur halkını tiniş yaşayışını kalaydı. Uyghur halkını ittifak yaşayışını kalaydı. Neymiş ki şundak şarayetler verdi. Neymiş ki Uyghurlar muşundak karışık vardı diyen sual ne? Xitay hükümeti siyasetini neymiş ki koymaydı.
The Uyghur people want peace and stability. And Uyghur people want their basic rights respected, but that's not the case. We wonder what the Chinese government wants with the Uyghurs.
Buna siz Uygurların turunu koyup veriş gerek.
So I demand the Chinese government to release the Uyghurs arrest after July the 5th.
Tutkun kılıçını tok tutuş gerek.
Stop the arrest, further arrest of other Uyghurs.
Her talep kılan meselini hal kılış gerek.
Account the number of Uyghurs disappeared by enforcement.
Biz mi şu vaxtda bula bilen kelişim kılıp yaxşı yaşayışını kalayımız. Cumhur hükümeti, Cumhur halkının mı düşmanı emas, bizden mi düşmanımız emas. Fakat biz kanun boyunca bizning haq huquqimizni basında talep qildik. U menimi terörist deb atadi. Mening balalarımın turmuda nemish bunday qildi?
So the Chinese government should treat the Uyghurs with respect their basic human rights, and also instead of accusing me as a terrorist, locking up my sons and relatives, and by silencing and persecuting Uyghurs, Chinese government will not able to achieve anything. The best thing is for the Chinese government to find a peaceful, negotiated settlement to the question of East Turkestan.
Xitoy hukumati Uyg'urlarni zo'ravonlikqa majburlamaslik kerak. Chekidan oshib ketgan bir zulm, bir millatni zo'ravonlikqa majburlaydi.
And my last words, the Chinese government should not force Uyghurs to fight back. It is illegal occupation and illegitimate policies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next speaker, yes. Yes,
To start our discussion, I have three basic questions to ask. First question, is everyone in this room fully aware that we are talking in the United Nations office in Geneva? If so, should we have respect to the United Nations Charter and respect country's sovereignty and territorial integrity? If so, any reference to terms such as Xinjiang or Tibet as a country names, or reference to East Turkestan should be forbidden. And anyone in this room, including the speakers on the podium, that show contempt for the UN Charters should not be allowed to speak. Second question, is everyone in this room fully aware that the World Uyghur Congress has close links to the East Turkestan Islamic movement, that is a terrorist organization listed by the United Nations Security Council? If so, I think everyone in this room can have his or her own ideas about who is plotting, inciting, and causing criminal incidents and bloodshed in China. Third question, is everyone in this room fully aware that Falun Gong is a cult banned by the China government because it advocates the killing of lives and bloodshed? It tries to control people's mind.
Thank you very much for your questions.
I wish she should identify who she is and which organization she belongs to.
Yes, there is
Tell us
a
who you are.
proposal that you identify yourself.
I'm with the Chinese mission.
Chinese mission. Okay.
And her name?
What's your name? Your name?
Wang.
One word.
This one.
Wang Yi.
Okay.
That's a real name.
Of course, it's a real person.
Thank you. It is open. The floor is open. You have a right to ask. This is the proper place to discuss human rights, and I believe that panelists will maybe Ethan Goodman.
I'd be happy to tackle the question too, in particular. Is everyone in this room aware of, well, it's not phrased correctly here, but what the Foundation for the Defense of Democracies is in Washington, D.C.? It's an anti-terrorism organization. It's quite hawkish, actually. I don't think they deny that. They're oriented around the Middle East. Do you honestly think that I would be here, speaking here today, they authorized my appearance on this panel, do you think they'd be happy up here if the Uyghurs were a terrorist organization? As for the Falun Gong question, I really have no response to that. It is astonishing to me, I must say, that after the incredible loss of life we've seen from the Chinese state towards Falun Gong, to mirror image it that way and explain it as terrorist people that don't have respect.
Thank you very much, Ethan. Anybody else?
Can I say?
Doctor?
Let me say,
Yes.
your
freedom of expression, and I think as a diplomat, you should read the charter carefully. Yesterday, during the item for discussion, European Union, America, Germany, Czech Republic, Sweden, Austria mentioned the word Tibet and Uyghur. And they are the founding members, majority of them are founding members of the United Nations. And I think you should ask them whether they had any right or not. I don't think in this building where everyone who is accredited, whose backgrounds are checked, and everyone who is here has a right to speak, a diplomat should be asking those questions. I think that's very undiplomatic. Whether you believe in what we have said is your right, but we are the victims of what's happening in Tibet, in Mongolia, in Xinjiang. We are not, as I can speak for Tibetans, we are not asking for independence from China. We want to have genuine autonomy in Tibet. And we want this autonomy through dialogue and through democracy and non-violence. And that is a position that we have been absolutely clear, and this policy that I speak always on. Thank you.
Yes, you have.
I'd like to answer the question.
Yes.
Thank you for asking your three questions. I think I'd like to answer the first two. Your first is, we're at the UN, basically. The UN Charter states that respect for territorial integrity and sovereignty of nations. I think you should read the full charter of the UN. It also has the right of self-determination for peoples exactly like us and the respect for human rights. In your questions, you have never disputed anything the panelists say here. You're only talking about UN Charter on territorial integrity and sovereignty in order to silence people who are here, who are persecuted by your very government, so that people could not come here and speak. So you are not disputing the facts, what your government has done over the past 6 decades to Uyghurs, Tibetans, Mongols, to your own Han Chinese people. Second, you're talking about World Uyghur Congress has links to ETIM. It's a terrorist organization causing all the bloodshed and all that. It's the Chinese government that's causing all the bloodshed. Not only you can label the Uyghurs because Uyghurs are Muslims, so it's easy for you, your government, to label the Uyghurs as terrorists. But same thing is happening in Tibet. Bloodshed is happening. In Inner Mongolia, in the rest of your China. ETIM has nothing to do with the bloodshed in Tibet. World Uyghur Congress has nothing to do with the bloodshed that's happening in Tibet, in Inner Mongolia, and the rest of China. It's your government that's creating all the problems, the repressive policies. And if we have links with ETIM, if Ms. Rabia Kadir or World Uyghur Congress, don't you think we live in the United States and World Uyghur Congress is registered in Germany, and you think these governments would allow us to come to Geneva and speak in this forum? So your accusation and your government's accusation of World Uyghur Congress having any links with so-called ETIM or terrorist organization is a sheer fabrication by your government to silence us in global forums such as this. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
There's a gentleman who wants to ask you this. Nothing works.
May I, Mr. President, respond to the name that she raised at East Turkestan? I would like to ask the lady that they call their country Jungo, but the whole world in different countries call Jungo as China, Chin, Sin, and with other names. Likewise, our country is named after the occupation of East Turkestan in 1886 by the Manchu rulers of China as Xinjiang New Territory. So if it is a new territory, it must have a new name before it was called Xinjiang. China identified my country before the occupation of the Manchu rulers of China as a country in the West, Xiyu. And then the name Turkestan was not given by us, by the neighbors of the Turkic peoples who were all living around Eastern. 16 major states, empires were set up, the Huns, the Turks, the Uyghurs, and all. And during that time, Iranian people became a neighbor of these Turkic peoples. They said, Turkestan, as of 7th century, this name exists and is called Turkestan. 1865, Turkestan was divided into two. As of 1865, Tsarist Russia occupied the western part of Turkestan, became known as West Turkestan, and the Manchu rulers, occupied that country. The name of that country in the east was called East Turkestan. I suggest that the young lady should read the real history of that country before she raises such questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just one. Yes, the first.
Since we have been talking about the history, I would like to point out that the gentleman spoke just now. About what happened 100 years ago, but I have to say that the Chinese central government has the sovereignty and jurisdiction over Tibet and Xinjiang since the Tang Dynasty. That was over 1,000 years ago. This is accepted by the whole world. And I have a very simple question for those sitting on the podium. Do you accept that Xinjiang and Tibet is a part of China? If you agree, then we can continue our discussion. If you don't, then we will challenge the United Nations why they accredited you to hold this side event. And I have to make some comments on the Tibet issue. I greatly regret that the Dalai clique and his Western supporters repeatedly lied to the international society and even mislead the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights. The only purpose for him doing so is to split Tibet from China in the name of human rights. The human rights situation in Tibet, I have to say, is satisfactory to the majority of the Tibetan people. And the self-immolation cases are manipulated by the Dalai clique in order to exert pressure to the Chinese government. However, your fantasy that self-immolation will exert pressure on the government or even force my government to allow Dalai return to Tibet will never be successful. On the contrary, every self-immolation to occur in the future will be only an additional bloody crime the Dalai clique committed for its own ethnic Tibetans. And I must point out that there is no enforced disappearance in China. Every person violating the law will be tried and punished in accordance with the law. The human rights situation in China and Tibet has improved greatly in recent decades, and this is obvious to the whole world. This is the only reason that China was elected as member of the Human Rights Council. The international society will never be cheated by your one-sided story. And I must say that the Dalai clique is the only one who should be held accountable for the self-immolation tragedy and crimes happening in China.
We have decided at the beginning that this democratic process of discussion, one should present himself by name and position. Would you do it for you? You, the last speaker.
My name's Yang Chuanhui. I am from the Mission of China.
Thank you very much. Now you have the applause.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm David Chong from China Society for Human Rights Studies, which is the biggest academic organization on human rights studies in this field. Distinguished President and a distinguished guest all in this room. I just have two questions. One is for Madam Rubia, the other is for Mr. I just forgot the name from the representative of Dalai Lama. Mr. Your name? Sorry.
You try?
Your name?
You try to pronounce my name?
I just forgot. I'm sorry.
Septon.
Septon. Okay. Question for Madam Rabia. Before my question, may I just give you a small suggestion? May I? You can translate?
Yes, go.
Oh, yeah. Just now, when I listen to what you have said, I feel you speak very loudly. Then my earphone is just bomb. So I suggest that to next time, maybe you give the speech, you can speak very slowly and peacefully, maybe calm down just. I don't know whether usually you speak in this way or just today you are very excited. So I recommend to you that maybe you can speak very peacefully and calm down slowly. This is my small suggestion for you. Okay, this is.
Senin məsləhətini pek yaxşı anlayman. Bundaq qamuşundaq uğur məsləhət versinlər, Cumhurluqlar, Cumhur Komünist Partisi'nin ki, adamları yaxşı adam buluşup başaqıda qaraymalı.
Well, thank you for a very kind suggestion. Now, good suggestions are always welcome. I think this is a good suggestion. I'll take it. And the good suggestion come from China or even Chinese governments. We're always welcome.
Əlbəttə, mən senin gepini anlayman. Lekin əmdi, xalq şunda qatıq ölüb atqandikin, xalqım şunda qatıq qırılıb atqandikin, bəlkin hayacandan gepim üstün çıxıb ketken biliş mümkün. Əpo soraydı.
Maybe I was a little bit emotional, not excited, because of the tragic reality of the suffering of our people. That's why probably I'm a little bit louder.
Bəlkim senin bu gün senin beşini kəsə, sən mi şundaq bulardı?
You would probably be in the same position if your people were being killed by.
No, we just want to
Əndi
discuss the issue.
ikinci sualga cavab verək. Avalmış dünyada imperiya olğan, dünyada imperiya olğan. Angliyadayız, başka Türkiye'dayız, meyli başka Germaniyadayız. Dünyada şu imperiya bulup başka devletlerin besi vagan devletler bəkçik. Rusya'dayız. Lekin her kandak dünyadaki bir devletleri besi vaga vaxtıda bu tarixin bək güzel yeri. Aşı özü besi vaga yani şu zeminin igisinin dep durup ixra kılıp besi valadı.
And my answer to your question, that young gentleman, there is, throughout history there have been empires, like the British Empire, Russian Empire, Turkish Empire. They have controlled lots of lands throughout history, occupied foreign territories. But when they occupied foreign territories, unlike your government, they always say they colonized, occupied somebody else's land.
Lekin bir şu Cungo, Besvaga yani tarihten tatip menin de bir hayna apırıp kübep koysunmamış kılıp. Mançı ming yıldan burun bir taş çıktı, mançı ming yıldan burun bir xat çıktı, bu menin zeminim deydiken.
But only China occupies somebody's land, just digs up, buries some Chinese coins or whatever, then finds out a few years later, claim that is part of China since ancient times. Just to fabricate a lie.
Menin bir gepim var. Bugün biz kişilik hukuk toğırlıq sözlügeli kelgen, zimin toğırlıq sözlügeli kelgen emas. Lekin sizler özüңlar ziminni aşqaşqa bizning ağzımızını Erkin efendimning cevap verişine mecbur kıldınlar, bizning cevap verişine mecbur kıldınlar. Şarkı Türkistan, Tibet, Mongoliya, Hiç kaçan tang devri, şang devri, pang devrinin yeri emas. Bu tarihni tarihçi yazılıdı, sizler yazmaysızlar, Komünist Partisi yazmaydı, Ahtaşlık kitap yazmaydı, biz yazmayız.
We are here actually to discuss enforced disappearance of Uyghurs, Tibetans, Mongols by our government. Not so much about the land or the territorial issue, all that the questions you are asking. But whether your government is fabrication is like a Tang Sula, Tang dynasty, this dynasty, that dynasty, as if one after another your country controlled us, controlled Tibetans and Mongolians. But we know that's not true. That's a lie. That's a lie you want to perpetuate in your own country and in the world. But that's still a lie. The history is rewritten by your government, but it's rewritten as a lie. Only you believe it, your government may believe it, we don't.
And bu zemin, and bu tarih degenle, tarihçi yazıda da yukarıda ötüp kettik, biz sizlerden hapılmayız. Sizler yaş balla, anlığınınla, beşinler jüylüp ketken bu çıkılıslar, hakiki tarihlerini okugan dikin, ukan dikin, andikin bilisler. Hem de bu zemin sizlerin zemininle emez. Bu tarih sizlerin tarihinle emez. Bu nimi için bizni kırıvatıdı, nimi için bizni öldürüvatıdı, nimi için Tibet, Abdunum odatdagi Abdunumni olimiz desimi unumay Tibetni bölgünçü deysizlar, bizni bölgünçülep tutsizlar, Mongolni bölgünçülep tutsizlar. Nima uchun tilimizni assimilyatsiya qilisizlar? Nima uchun bizni mushuna bostirishlar? Buning sababi bu zemin sizlarning emas bo'lganligi uchun sizlar bizni qirib tugutib baziminni ep qilamiz deb ashnaq qildi. Mushu isbot bo'shi shu.
So maybe as a young person, who grew up in China, of course we don't blame you because that's the system you grew up under, that's the education you get. Your government is extremely efficient in brainwashing Chinese people's mind. Your mind is probably brainwashed. And in this case, why your government continue to attack, kill Uyghurs, Tibetans, Mongols, try to forbid us speak our language, practice our religion, live in our own land and in our own culture, try to destroy everything that represents Uyghurs, Tibetans, Mongols, because you want to destroy us by getting the land and make those land that never belong to you part of your land. That's why.
Rast tarixda sizlar bizni besimizda sizlar so'qishib bizga kirgan vaqtinglar. Bizning sizlarni besib olib so'qishga vaqtimiz bor. Bir odamning tarixida birisining ziminini bir so'qishib kirdigan ish bo'ladi, puti tegib ketadigan ish bo'ladi, ko'chmanlar keldigan ish bo'lsa, u kirib chiqqanlar u uning bo'lib qolmaydi.
Throughout history, the Mongols, Tibetans, and occupied China. China occupied here, there. It's vice versa. It happened many times. Just because of that, certain territories do not belong to you. Or just because some travelers came to us, wrote something, buried something, doesn't make our land or somebody else's land your country.
Yana bir gapim. Bizni sizlar besib olganda tek 49-yildan keyin Xitoylar besib oldilar. Uningdan burun Xitoy xalqi Jungoni besib ola olgan emas, kuchi yetgan emas. Bizni dastlabda Manjular bosdi, undan keyin Mongollar bosdi. Mongollar sizlarni besib oldi, bizni besib oldi Manjular.
If you look at the history, it was Mongols first occupied China. Mongols also occupied Uyghurs and also occupied Tibetans. So when Mongols occupied your country, that's not the China you're talking about. Also the Manchus occupied, as a foreign invader, occupied China, occupied us, and Tibet. So they are foreign. The real Chinese occupation, even at KMT period, it was a very nominal. We were able to declare independence twice, but the real occupation, Chinese occupation, came in 1949. Before that, the occupation was just a nonsense control. You didn't have a real control of the territory. If Stalin didn't help Communist China, you wouldn't be able to occupy East Turkestan.
And mening yana bir javob beradiganim, biz zimin bayatın dedik, biz kişilik hukuk meselesi şutib ketgan adamlar uchun keldik. Sizlar bilan hozir zimin talish qilatmaymiz. Tibetni avtonom rayon olimiz davatidi. Bo'pti biz birga yashayli, yaxshi yashayli davatimiz. Nimanchilar u zimin biznikiti, senikiti deb talishib ketmasanglar bo'ladi. Hozir sizlarning qo'lingizda turyapmiz.
And as I said earlier, we were here to discuss human rights and enforced disappearance. And interesting, a good example is the Tibetans. They want independence. They didn't want to seek independence. They wanted genuine autonomy under Chinese law. They wanted that, but still your government didn't negotiate, but did not give that to the Tibetans, and to respect your own constitution and ethnic autonomy laws. Here, obviously, we're not here to discuss about territorial issues, but human rights issues. But you change the topic for whatever reasons.
Muşu yoqap ketken adamlar üstüde. Hazır turmuş günahsız yetivatkan adamlar üstüde. Men Jungo Komünistlik Partisi de işlevatkan hazırki Xitay qarindaşlarımızın yoki dostlarımızın hemmisinin maşina adamga aylanıp ketkenligiga men ishonmayman. Sizlardimi bir odamga ishinglar og'ridigan boshqa millatlarga mundaq bir tunching deydi Xansochi, hissdoshlik bildiradigan bir ideya bordi. Muşundaq tutulayotgan odamlarni qo'yib berish to'g'riliq ham tinchlik bilan kishilik huquq masalasini hal qilib, o'rtadagi mojaroni tugutish to'g'riliq xizmat ishlashinglarni umid qilaman.
Actually, your mission's job is, I think, when I was in China, I met a lot of high-level Chinese officials. They were very nice, wonderful, and people, honestly, decent human beings. They do have sympathies, they do have understandings to the real problems. They also want to help. I don't believe all Chinese now become just the machines of CCP to perpetuate, propagate CCP propaganda globally. But you are a human being too in many ways, and you have a heart. And when you see the real problems, your job is to really help your country to respect human rights and promote genuine democracy, not just talk about it, make UN a talk show, but really make real changes on the ground that will stop the real problems.
And